Hello, fellow survivors. I am back once again. Today is Saturday, March 1st. Spring cannot get here soon enough, I'm telling you what. I'm very tired of all of this snow. I'm ready to be done. I had a few requests about getting off of such a low pop server and getting onto a little more challenging server, so that's what we're going to do. Now, the real trick is to not get on a night-only server, not because I'm afraid of it, but more because I don't have anything to deal with night. So that is going to be a kind of a thing. So we need to watch out for that. Let's do search by players. I'm going to kind of get a nice high pop server, but I want to make sure it's day. Always daytime loot, it says. What do you think? Should we try that? Here's one in New Jersey, too. Preferably at a pretty low pay. It's this one. That sounds really boring. Let's do sort by pay first. Anything around the Chicagoland area? That'd be really nice. There we go. Wish it would say, though, if it was two. No, can't do that. So now, yeah. Buttholes and prostitutes. Alright. That sounds like fun to me. Yeah, look at all those people. Let's not be night. Don't be night. Not night? Yeah, that's what I like to see. There's that nice screeching we're also fond of. Well, the weapon dropped down. Okay, so if you remember last time, we were running what we thought was south, and we actually went out of the world. So we were going to continue our presumably south direction towards Cherno, and looking for trouble. Our main objective is to still get killed. We still want to find somebody that's going to kill us so we can start over. And as odd as that sounds, I don't know, the idea of being able to find things and slowly progress and actually make the day-to-day movements and getting better and better and better is a little bit more fun than just running. Let's go see if we can't get into some trouble. Actually, let's, how many rounds do I have left in this? 20 or 30? Alright, well, let's... We'll load the couple. There we go. Sweet. Alright. So now, I got 60 rounds. Much better. So I was doing a little bit of research this morning, and I found out that Dean Hall, he had an interview with Eurogamer, and he's actually going to be stepping down as the lead for that. So that was kind of shocking, because this is still an alpha, and everything seems to be going his way, and he's talking about doing something with console versions, and he's got Xbox One. He's really doing some good things, so he definitely wants to get on that board. So, I mean, it's kind of weird, but it turns out he was in the New Zealand Army. So we watched everything with free doing it. Wow, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Well, right? That's not like a crazy thing. We're getting hacked. Alright. I'll just keep running then. So, yeah, that was kind of weird. In the interview, he was also talking about some of his priorities and how he kind of stacks up his to-do list. And he talked a little bit about everything you can pretty much think of. And he's talking about how his next priority is hunting, fishing, and vehicles are slowly down the road. He said he's going to introduce the bicycle's ready to go. That's what he said. He's just going to kind of fine-tune the way it looks and such like that. But he said that's ready to be implemented any day now. So, yeah, the coolest thing they're working on right now is hunting. We've talked about that before. Getting that going is going to really revolutionize the survivability of the game. Player to zombie. Hopefully the player's hold the shot. Of course, there is sound glitches every now and then to where you think you hear a zombie, but it's not actually a zombie. Like when the game first came out, there was a pop can glitch, which is kind of annoying. Ooh, that was weird. I think that was just a glitch. Pull this guy back out. Another few things he was talking about was he's working on openable containers. And that's not just like the box and stuff you can have in your inventory. He's talking about like fridges and cupboards and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to make it a lot more fun to actually go into buildings because there are a lot more places to look. Scared by a fence post. Only in DayZ. And he was talking about some other stuff too, about how he knows there's a lot of glitches and stuff. And about he was talking about the actual process of how they deal with glitches and how easy it is to actually break the entire game just by trying to fix one thing. And I guess that's one of the misconceptions about these kind of games is how fragile it actually is. I know, for me anyway, I didn't think that changing one little thing would snap everything. Again, it gave me a new appreciation for how long some of these things take. You know, he was talking about how he's a big fan of Kerbal Space Program and all that kind of stuff. And so am I. I enjoy it a lot too, but I'm not good. He was talking about how the alpha process and those games take a long time. It's the same thing with him. You know, it gives you kind of an understanding of how it works. Yeah, it's a zombie. You guys hear that? That's just the sound glitch. There's a zombie there. Definitely not aggressive. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be easy for that. Do I want to take it out? That's the real question. Because I can go up and take it out without even it noticing me. This is a high pop server, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it this way. Just try to stay out of the town altogether. I don't need anything from it, I'm just kind of passing by it. And I have a really bad habit of kind of getting sucked into towns. You know, just like the allure of exploration kind of scares you. Let's go see what we can find. I don't even have an inventory slot open. I kind of feel bad for the person who does end up killing me and goes to loot me and is like, I can't take all this. There's no way. Yeah, a few of the bug fixes he's working on is, if you noticed last time and the first time, or first episode, you can't run up hills, and they're working on that right now. He said he's aggressively working. He was also talking about zombies going through floors and walls of buildings. Yeah, that's super annoying. It's also terrifying seeing a legless zombie coming towards you. Yeah, that happens speed too. Because when they're doing that, not only are they going through walls and you have to go around the walls, they're also going full speed too. One of the big objections he had towards vehicles right now is he's looking for a meaningful purpose to them. And I didn't really know what he meant when he first said that. But I kind of understood it as he talked a little more about it, because he was saying things like, you know, he wants it to have more of a meaning than just travel. You know, it's kind of along the same lines, because they had dogs before, and then they removed them, because not that the dogs were broken, the dogs actually were just fine, it's just there was no form of ownership. So the dogs were just there. So they plan on reintroducing dogs and stuff like that back when they can fix the ownership version, so that you could have a dog and it's yours. And the same thing with the vehicle, you know, it's your vehicle. I don't know how they're gonna work out with like people trying to steal it and stuff. Is that seems more realistic unless there's like a key to the vehicle, and that's your key. So when you get a vehicle, only that key works. That makes some sense, I guess. But yeah, I mean, bicycles now would be great. I mean, as weird as that sounds, I would love to have a bike. You know, it'd make travel so much easier. Super cool. Still gonna keep my weapon out for just a little bit longer, but stand up and drop is a little less stressful for him. Nope, just grass. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the zombies are getting more aggressive and also in more number too. And they were saying that is one because they can now slowly start introducing more zombies as the servers get better and better. But now that the servers aren't crap, the zombies kind of respond better to circumstances. If that makes sense. I'm getting thirsty. It's fine. Nice little tree hungry down there. Go drink. What is that? And see, that's really the problem with some of these higher population servers. That's why I don't normally play on them. It's because there's so many people that it has to keep track of that bugs and stuff tend to happen. It makes me want to take a drink on the sides. Let's go drink. That makes this way. Okay. Drink time. Let's go ahead and drink out of the one that's already partially. Drink it. Yeah, they were talking about doing a console version. They were actually pretty excited about doing that. They said they're only going to do that when the PC version is done and looks good. And that makes a lot of sense, because when you have a product, you want it to be the absolute best before you start going to other markets with it. You don't want it to still be in development and still working and still trying to get it off the ground, and then go to other buyers and be like, hey, you know, I got this product. Yeah, it's not done yet, but it could be cool. You want something that works, is clean, has a lot of membership base already, is already very popular. I mean, DayZ is already popular, but I don't think it's popular enough for a console run, because that would have to be done. I mean, you can patch computer stuff pretty darn easily. I just have to download stuff. With a PC or with a console, that's a lot harder. I mean, you can download updates, but that's really, I keep hearing that zombie. These are really weirding me out. And I should be nowhere near zombies. Yeah, also found out that with this latest patch, your equipment can progressively get more and more wet. So like running through puddles and stuff will make it damp, but going into like open water and rivers and stuff can get you soaked, and then that puts different conditions on you too. So now you can get cold. Hypothermia, I think, is being introduced soon. No guarantees on that, but I know that's one thing they want to put in is like, because you can already get sick, but I think hypothermia is coming soon, and maybe anomia, probably soon. Another thing they're doing is amputation, but that's a ways out, and that's really going to change the game. And that's one thing they're definitely worried about, is that's going to, not only, that's a big change. Because if I get shot in the leg and I don't have any, you know, morphine or anything, or if I get bit, or I don't know how that's going to be constructed in the game, but that would be definitely something. Alright, so I'm hungry and thirsty, which is fantastic. A little bit longer before I take care of that. Yeah, and what Dean Hall said also was that one of the biggest things he's looking at is doors, and I cannot wait until they fix doors, because he wants them to be more physics-based, where like you walk into them to open them, or it's where you actually have to be touching them, or you're breaching of some way, as opposed to going right up to it and clicking it like I did that tree, and for the little icon pops up. So he's very specific on how he does not want a carbon copy of the mod. He wants the standalone to be a standalone. Something very, very different. And that's really cool. You know, because I don't want to have to pay a bunch of money for something that's already out, that's already working. I think, really though, if I were to go Arma 2 and then get... I don't know if the mod's free or not. Shouldn't come out of that. Yeah, I think Arma 2 is about for sure. Still going south? Yeah, we're in a high-pop server, but I also don't think that many people are where I am too, so I just keep checking first. Because once it gets a little bit deeper, it's going to start affecting the aim and all that kind of stuff. Looks like it gets really dense woods up there, so that's a really good spot for me to do it. See it through the leaves. Oh yeah, this is really thick. Jesus. Alright. Let's just go ahead and stop right here real quick. Get some food and water in this kind, so eat some rice, buddy. Go away. Yes. Thirst. Great. Is that enough or no? Nope. Okay. Let's go. Good? 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 Yes, okay. Continue on our track. Faster. I am going to keep the weapon out just because there's, you know, this is a full server. I haven't been on a full server for quite a while, so always on edge. I'm wondering what's going on. Curiosity, you know, that's never harmed anyone. Yeah, stupid zombie sound again. Yeah, but it looks like we're almost at the coast. Does that look like water to you guys? Water. So if we're almost to the actually at Russia, that I think it might be train tracks. Or like a train station. Let's go ahead and continue southward. Yep, that is water. Alright, so we have met the coast. Cool. So project 1 is done. Now, if we go along the coast, we're going to find people. That's just the way it is. So we need to figure out where we are on the coast. Actually, I don't know if we can do that geographically. Let's take a look at our map. Scroll down faster. So, I think we're right here. Like right here. So we just passed by this military base, and that was Ebola. So if we head down this road, it'll take us towards Balota, the Balota airstrip there. Hit Chap, and then Chen right next to it. So that's where we are, right about there. And so what I'm seeing, the town, well actually I bet you I'm over here. Maybe. Okay, let's go. This looks like a little bay, like a little inlet. I'd much prefer to be on the far side. There's a town there. I don't have my translator up, so I don't know what it would be if I did see it. It's a building of some sort. Is that a bridge? It's a bridge. Well, let's stick to the tree line. We'll head down this way. Also, another thing Mr. Hall was talking about was he added a new thing. We might even get to test that today. With you can equip bodies, and the bodies will either say, when you can inspect them, they'll either be warm to the touch or cold to the touch. Now, warm to the touch means they were killed recently. Cold to the touch means they weren't. So that's going to be very useful for finding out if there's if you come across a body, you know if there's a bad guy around you or not around you. That can be very important. Also, I found out one of the very last things I'll tell you is hitting a melee weapon against another melee weapon causes sparks, flashes of light. And so if we're playing on the night server, that could get kind of fun. Let's go see if we can't pause it. I looked at it too. I just didn't think that we could figure out what this one says. Sometimes you can kind of decipher it. Kamekia. You need a drink, really? You just drink. Sigh. Audible sigh. Alright, I'm gonna break my own rule. Come on here. This is mostly all new players around here, so I shouldn't have to worry a ton. If somebody does have a gun, they're not gonna be as armed as I am. That's for sure. If I do see any movement out there, I can drop prone. It'd be difficult for somebody to see me. I'm gonna be a little more timid. Timid as a fox. Watching off to my left. You guys tell me if you see anything on the right, okay? I appreciate that. This is the city here, so if there's gonna be players, you're gonna be in that area also. So I saw docks. There's docks. I'm thinking that's this time. It kind of has to be. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna follow this down. There's gonna be a lighthouse. Yep, because there's that hill. You can see the inclination change. So we're gonna follow that. We'll just follow right along here. That sounds like a plan to me. Until we see the outskirts of Cherno. Then we might head up into here for that. Is that a dog? Did I just hear a dog? The sport is her dog. And a zombie, of course. What? Did the reintroduce dogs without me? That was definitely a zombie. Okay. That was at one spot for too long. Hear that? It's like a techno remix. Zombie. This isn't exposed at all, though. This looks, very safe. You can blend in perfectly with this pavement. Perfect. At least I don't see any movement inside the town. Yep. Oh, he's bugged out. Here he comes. Let's get a old fire axe. Stand up, let him come. Oh, he's coming for me. Yeah, I don't know how I made them all mad. Start our circles of death, as it were. Come on, big guy. Let's go. Do your thing. He down. Alright, next. Ooh, military one. I wish they dropped loot. I would like what yours. Cool. Okay. Yeah, they don't. All the fun times to lunch drink, you know? Like right now, I think the last thing I'd be worrying about is how thirsty. Unless I was a little thirsty. If I was just a little thirsty, I think I could get over it. One of the infamous ways higher level players die is by newbies sneaking up behind them with an axe, just chopping them in the back of the head. And, yeah. Every now and then we'll kill you. Yeah, it's pretty rare. Well, looks like everybody takes connection. That wouldn't be good. The people who used to like to hang out up here and snipe people. So if I start taking fire, I know they'll be up there. Yeah, there's that lighthouse. They can explore, actually. Is one of those no lighthouse? Let's go towards that lighthouse. A little bit of fire. It's gonna take a bit, but it's fine. Probably get a pretty good view out of it too. Pretty good area. We'll get up into this tree line and it's gonna be our half an hour. Such a stupid. Right here looks pretty good. Good. Alright guys, well it's been another time, so I will see you on Tuesday.